Hey everybody, Karen from Ask the Spirit Guides. Ask the what? Karen from Ask the Spirit Guides. I'm not going to stop that. I'm not going to edit it either. Usually I would stop and delete it. So what the heck? I'm not going to today just because it's funny. I hope you're doing well. So we are having an amazing conversation with the Lead Team Collective today on the soul contract of America. So excited. We could do the soul contract of Canada, of Australia, if we have enough interest, Europe, Russia, whatever you guys want to do. So let me know if you have any questions or, have any interest in that. Okay, so the soul contract of America. If you're new here, please, at the end of this video, I will have a start here playlist. I'll also have an Ask the Spirit Guides playlist where there's a whole, like 80 different topics, soul contracts of different people like Trump and Elon and Ivanka and just almost not just political people either, although there is a JFK and an RFK and we've talked to a lot of people. There's, Jesus, we've talked to Jesus and we've talked to God. Yes, we have. So Ask Your Spirit Guides playlist right here. You got to check it out. They're timeless videos. The information will always be there. So the information doesn't change. Okay. Okay. But today we are doing the soul contract of the USA, which is fascinating. Okay. These are questions that came from the community. I actually don't read the questions ahead of time. My sister organizes them based on your interest and so we don't have repeats and all that kind of stuff. So all right, so let me say the little prayer. I close my aura to all but my higher self, the God consciousness, my guides, guardians, and all of those of the highest and purest light, and as well as the Lead Team Collective. And I ask Archangel Michael to please protect this channel, my channel, your channel, this community, and the Lead Team Collective, so it is only of the highest and purest light. Amen. Hello, you guys. Hello. Can we please speak with the Lead Team Collective today? Yes. Okay. Are you here? Okay, cool. So the Lead Team Collective, just a reminder for those who are, or for those who are new, the Lead Team Collective is what all of our spirit teams call themselves collectively in this particular community. Now, they could be, hey, you guys, are you just spirit teams, collective spirit teams of those in the Ask the Spirit Guides community? No. Are you also from other spiritual channels? Yes. Okay. So just like collective spirit teams of those light workers, empaths, starseeds, of, all the groups basically of us. You're the collective of all of us? Yes. Okay. Cool. All right. So you might find yourselves, so like some of us find ourselves on other spiritual channels, right? So it's like all of us in community together, correct? Okay, cool. All right. So we have questions about the soul contract of the USA. Do you have answers for us? Yes. Are there any questions in front of me that would not be in our highest and best interest to know? No. Okay. Would you refrain from answering if that's the case? Because obviously we are here for spiritual growth and kind of curious too. So we'll just count on you only sharing stuff that's in our highest and best. Okay. Yes. Okay. All right. Are you guys ready? All right, let's go. All right. Number one. I got something in my mouth. Is the birth chart of the USA the story of its soul contract? Wow. So the USA has its own birth chart? Faye, is that correct? Faye's my astrologer. I hope that's right. Okay. That's cool. So the USA has its own, I don't really know anything about this very much, you guys. Okay. So the USA has its own birth chart. Cool. Okay. And that is the story of its soul contract? Yes. Okay. Is it in the USA's soul contract to lead the world into the golden future? Oh, wow. Okay. Are dark forces concentrating their attack on the USA? Let's just say, okay, so they said no. Are lower vibrations concentrating on the USA? Yes. Okay. So is there a difference between dark forces and lower vibrations? Yes. Is there a thing such as dark forces? No. Okay. Okay. Maybe it's semantics. I don't know. But we're talking, you would prefer if we talked energy, vibration? Yes. Okay. All right. So is it the case that there are lower vibrations concentrating in the USA right now to try to prevent us from going into the golden future? Yes. Is that because they want to remain a 3D experience? They want Earth to remain fully 3D? Yes. Okay. They're not on board with it, huh? Huh. All right. Will they still be able to have their 3D experience on Earth? No. Okay. Will they still have a 3D, will they be able to still have a 3D experience somewhere else? Yes. Okay. So they can go and have a 3D experience somewhere else? Yes. Okay. It's just that so let's just say God, which is all of us, by the way, if you watch the God one. So we have decided as collective, so let's just say God has decided that Earth is now becoming 5D, is moving into 5D. Yes. Okay. And those who want 3D experience will just they'll need to shift and go somewhere to have that experience. Yes. Okay. Did the dark chapter of this part of the USA's life begin when the European settlers arrived and treated, yes, already they're saying yes, and treated the inhabitants with disrespect and took everything as if it was theirs? Yes. Okay. So let's just say the lower vibration chapter of this part of the USA. Okay. So it started when the European settlers got here, correct? Yes. Were those settlers of lower vibration? Yes. Okay. And are their ancestors continued to be lower vibration? Ah, okay. And so yes, the answer is yes. So the lower vibration we see now, let's just take F45 for an example, his lineage is continuing that lower vibration and would like to keep the 3D experience. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. All right. So his lineage will have to go somewhere else if they want to continue. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. All right. Were those indigenous peoples of the USA and North America remnants of the Lemurian peoples? No, but what a great question. Were they remnants or ancestors of, what's the other one? What's the other one? Which is crazy. I can't think of it because that's where I'm from. Yep, had to look that up. Atlantis. Having a moment. Okay, so were the indigenous peoples of the USA and North America remnants of Atlantis? No. Okay. All right. Is the chaos we see unfolding in the USA the beginning of the chakra cleanse? Yes. Oh, wow. Okay. I hadn't thought of it that way. That's interesting. Is the USA an energy center, such as the chakra of Mother Gaia, that needs to be cleansed? Yes. Okay. Is it Trump's sole contract to be the catalyst of this cleanse? No. Okay. And I'm probably not going to dive too deep into that. I think we have two, well, we definitely have two parts on his soul contract. I will post them here and here at the end of this video. I know we have two. We might even have a third because they were really interesting, you guys. Okay. Does the soul contract of the U.S. require justice for the Native Americans whose land was taken and the slaves whose labor built so much? Yes. Okay, good. So it is part of the soul contract to amend for those injustices. Is that correct? Okay, great. Yes. Is it the U.S. soul contract to go through what Trump is doing to show where we need to make real law enforcing changes to the Constitution? No. Okay. So it's not specifically for enforcing changes to the Constitution? No. Is it to really break down everything so that it can be built back for everybody to benefit? Yes. And so he'll be in there long enough to destroy most things so that it's not easy to just pick up where he left off type of thing. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. So it's kind of an exciting thing, which is why I think I've let a lot of that go. I mean, I'm still taking action as a human. That's appropriate action, but I've let go of the angst about it, trusting the bigger picture, probably because of all these different sessions I've been doing. So hopefully you've been feeling that way too. Okay. It does help for sure. Just getting bigger perspective, you know? Okay, is it in our soul contract of the U.S. to be an authoritarian government? No. Okay, so will we, over the next 10 years, will we end up with a full authoritarian government? No. Okay, will we ever end up in the U.S. with an authoritarian government? No. Okay, yay. All right. Is America's soul contract to wake up the rest of the world? No. Is it the rest of the world's soul contract to wake up America? Yes. Okay. Was 9/11 part of the start of the awakening of America? Yes. Is America going through the dark night of the soul? Yes. Okay. Are some people's soul contracts, particularly Trump, stopping the evolution of America? Yes. Okay. Yeah, because he's gone a little too far from his soul contract, which is he's part of the failed, and there's not actually judgment here. It's just fact. It's like he just has gone a little off the rails, basically. Off of his soul contract. He wasn't supposed to go quite as far as he's gone. So, and again, it's not really a positive, negative thing. It just is. And so that's why they're dealing with that, Okay. His ego got in the way he was treated as a child. I don't think they expected, they're saying yes. Yeah. As part of Trump's soul contract, was he supposed to be treated quite the way he was when he was a child? No. Okay. All right. From a spiritual perspective, is the USA meant to be an experiment from a spiritual perspective? Yes. Okay. Is it to demonstrate that people from all over the world can live together in one country? Yes. Well, that's cool. Has this been a failed experiment? No, it is not. Okay. So just if it wasn't for the 1% who have, or the ancestral lines, let's say, the ancestral lines of those of lower vibration, the experiment would be doing well. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. Well, that's interesting. All right. Okay, so in the Declaration of Independence, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness are unalienable, unalienable rights. Okay, these are the rest of the questions. So in the Declaration of Independence, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness are unalienable. What's with that word? Rights. Okay, so these questions. Were the founding fathers divinely inspired in their creation of the Declaration of Independence and Constitution? Yes. Okay. Are these ideals in the soul contract of America? Yes, really wide sweat. Yeah, yeah. Has the U.S. ever lived up to these ideals? Yes. Okay. What are we still living up to these ideals? Yes. Is that in pockets? Yes. Okay. So have we ever 100% live up to these ideals? No. Okay. So in pockets we have. Yes. So the next question was when, but since we have been all along, has it been 50% of the US lives to these ideals? Yes. All along, still till today? Yes. Okay. And not like actual ideals, not twisted and misrepresented. Yes. Okay. Is it more than 50% who live with these ideals? Yes. Okay. Is it more than 75%? No. Okay. So it's between 50 and 75% of Americans live with these ideals. Yes. Okay. So in that case, that there is a higher vibration towards so living with the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. Yes. Okay. All right. Let's see. Were Canada and the USA linked in one continent to be adversaries? No. Were we linked in one continent to be friends? Yes. Were we linked to be united? No. Okay, so just to be partners, basically, but separate countries. Yes. So they have always had their own soul contract? Yes. Okay, what about Mexico? Were Mexico and the US linked in one continent to be adversaries? No. Were we linked in one continent to be friends? Yes. Were we linked to be united as one country? No. So Mexico has its own soul contract. Yes. Okay. Was it coincidence that some movies in the 1980s revealed things that are happening now? No. Okay. What about The Simpsons? Is that a coincidence? No. So the writers of the movies and The Simpsons, they were they channeling? Yes. Did they know they were channeling? No. Okay. Were they channeling from their higher selves? Yes. And was that part of their soul contract to do this, to plant seeds? Yes. Okay. Same with all the alien and extraterrestrial movies? Yes. Even the scary ones? No. Okay. I'm like, yeah, those haven't helped. I think the first movie I saw, well, I want to say I saw E.T. first, and then Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and then maybe Poltergeist. I don't know like how they came out, but then Alien. Like I probably was in seventh and eighth grade when I saw Alien, and I was like, ah! Maybe Ghostbusters was in there too. That just sort of started planting the seeds about these things. You guys remember all those movies? Okay, let's see. We should go back and watch them actually. Okay. Is the sole contract of the US to survive as a democracy? Yes. Okay. So will we still be a democracy as we ascend to the 5D? No. Is that because we won't need to be I mean, we will essentially all have our freedom, correct? Yes. Okay. So is it because do we need to be labeled as such, like a democracy? Or no? And so is it because we're going to just drop the label type of thing? Yes. Okay. Is the US the catalyst towards a global government? Oh, yes. Okay. And so some of the things that are happening right now are helping other countries see how we can do this better globally. Yes. Are they getting downloads from their guides and their higher selves? Yes. Okay. Do they know that they're getting downloads to do that type of thing? No. Okay. All right. Is this the dawning of the age of Aquarius? Age of Aquarius? Yes. Okay. All right, you guys. If you have other questions, love this conversation. So helpful. Let me know and we'll get on it. If you guys have questions, specific topics, you have more questions about the soul contract of America, let us know in the comments and we'll get pulling those together. Okay? All right. Have a good one. Bye-bye.